You may have heard that you can clear your mind of all thoughts while meditating, or that you can use meditation to balance your emotions and release stress. You may have tried it and it didn't really work out for you. Maybe you've never actually really tried it and you know about meditation, but you really don't know what it is. Either way, in this video, I'm going to help you out. I'm going to teach you all about the practice of mindfulness meditation. This is the first video in my series on mindfulness meditation called Mindful Healing. So I'm hoping that it's going to help you and inspire you to move forward on your mindfulness meditation journey. My name is Aaron. I'm a certified life coach, and I specialize in metaphysical techniques like mindfulness meditation for self-care and personal development. In addition to the information that I'm going to be giving you in this video, I have a free 2-hour class that dives deeply into the practice of shamatha or mindfulness meditation. You may have heard of this practice as jine. You may know it as calm abiding. This practice goes by many names. And in this video, I'm going to give you an overview, but in my free 2-hour class, I go into depth and I teach you the ins and outs about the technique. I give you the historical background and teach you how you can really begin to move and make this your practice. You'll find the link to that free 2-hour class in the description box below. But let's talk about what is mindfulness meditation. I really like to break it down by words. Throughout this series, your definition of mindfulness meditation may change, and meditation may mean or come to mean different things to you. But for right now, mindfulness is going to be to bear something in mind, to remember, to recall. This is what people mean when they say be mindful. You know, when you're around someone or when you're having certain types of conversation, remember where you are, remember who you are around, be mindful of your conversation and what you are doing. So it's not only bringing something to mind, but allowing that to remain in the mind, not forgetting, remembrance. So meditation is a practice of becoming familiar with. So you're becoming familiar with these increasingly subtle states of mind through the practice of settling the mind on an object. In the beginning of your journey, whenever your mind strays from that object, realize, oh, the mind has strayed. And at that point, you may be thinking about something. Your attention may have been drawn away by a memory, an emotion, even a physical sensation in the body, something you hear in the background, a story, a narrative that the mind is weaving. The constant chatter and movement of the mind distracts and pulls awareness or attention away from that object. So by thinking of this definition, breaking down the words mindfulness meditation, you can understand the practice. Now, there are different types of meditative techniques that fall under this umbrella category of mindfulness meditation. You will hear about mindfulness of breathing, and there are different techniques for that as well. You may hear about it as referential meditation and non-referential meditation. Referential meditation means we have an object of attention, like the sensation of the breath at the nostrils. This is going to be one of the beginning techniques that I'm going to talk to you about throughout this series, mindfulness of breathing using the Theravada method. And the Theravada method, the object of meditation, the object of awareness, that stimuli, what we are settling the mind onto is the sensation of the breath at the apertures of the nostrils or above the upper lip, wherever you feel it the most. Different people have different shaped faces, so you may feel the breath or the sensation of the breath more in one area than in another area. So in the practice of mindfulness meditation, you'll be settling the body down, you'll be relaxing. It's a very physically, mentally, emotionally relaxing once you get yourself into it, and you will then settle the focus of awareness, bring to mind your object of attention. So in the technique that I'm going to start out this series with, it'll be the sensation of the breath at the nostrils. As a beginner, I always say don't worry about trying to clear your mind of the thoughts, because it's simply not going to happen. That's not where you are in your journey. Having that expectation or thinking that the practice is going to immediately make that happen in your mind is a false expectation, and it is going to lead you astray in your mindfulness meditation practice. It's better to have an appropriate expectation. That way you can be very targeted in your practice and efficient, because you know what you're really aiming for at the level that you're currently at. What you're going to be noticing is that the mind is going to become distracted. Whenever the mind becomes distracted, you will release the focus of awareness from grasping to that thought or engaging with that thought, and then resettle it back on your object of meditation. So let's talk about the benefits of mindfulness meditation. There are many benefits, and I encourage you to look at this technique as an intentional training technique. For some people, it may call to them for it to become, or even for it to start out being, a spiritual practice, but it does not necessarily need to be that for you if we're talking about self-care and personal development. For self-care, perhaps you are someone who's very stressed, and you've heard that mindfulness meditation can help you release and relieve stress. Perhaps you are someone who has imbalances in your life, and you are seeking a way to come back into balance, come back home to yourself, release limiting beliefs, and really just get your life together. And you've heard that meditation can help. It absolutely can. It can be that for you if that's what you want it to be. It doesn't have to be some lofty goal. It doesn't have to be that. But mindfulness meditation, one of the three elements, the three foundational elements, is relaxation. There are three different aspects of mind that you are trying to balance, and I teach you about those in the free class. But one of them, the first one you learn, is relaxation. So it's very relaxing, it's very calming for the body, it's very calming for the mind. It allows a process of settling. It's very calming and relaxing to do at the beginning of the day or at the end of the day. It also helps to sharpen your focus. Mindfulness meditation helps you to learn how to not be distracted, how to be more focused, how to be more present in the present moment. It does teach you how to be more emotionally aware by observing what naturally comes up and not trying to do anything about it. Mindfulness meditation, though, for you may have a spiritual purpose and you want to use it for that. On my channel, Higher Dreaming, I teach you all about the metaphysical practices of dream work and lucid dreaming for self-care and personal development. And if you're over there, then you know that I talk about mindfulness meditation helping you with your dream work practice, because it is the practice of remembrance. It is the practice of lucidity. It is the practice of awareness. So mindfulness meditation has tons of benefits. There are tons of studies that have been done on this practice. It does not involve any prayer or any worship or anything like that. It literally involves your mind. If you're practicing mindfulness of breathing, it involves your breath. Hopefully everybody has a mind out there, and hopefully you don't feel any way about using your breath. So it is a natural way and a great technique to bring balance into your life. Let's talk about mindfulness meditation versus other forms of meditation. When someone says I practice meditation, that's really similar to saying I play sports. Meditation is a very general term. It can refer to many types of practices for many types of purposes and different reasons. And some people say meditation and they mean one thing, and some people say meditation and they mean another thing. So it's important to understand what it is that you are doing. Some people don't believe this. I made a video about this on my TikTok, and someone wrote beneath it, and basically had a different perspective. You know, different strokes for different folks, whatever works for you. But I think that it's important to understand the technique, whether it be mindfulness meditation or another form of meditation, and know the differences so you know what practice you're doing amongst the sea of practices. I've already clearly defined for you mindfulness meditation. Mindfulness meditation is one technique, one type of meditation. There are other types like transcendental meditation. It involves a mantra. There's mantra meditation, and mantra meditation in itself is a broad term. There are lots of different mantras, different languages, different purposes, different meanings. There is meditation where people use the malas, the beads. There are guided meditations that you find on YouTube. I would categorize those more as visualizations. Maybe they're not something that actively trains the mind and the attention. They may have a storyline element. They involve progressive muscle relaxation. So they may be composed of different techniques that harmonize the body and have different elements of relaxation and calming, visualizations, things that are mentally soothing, so soothing for the mental domain. So there are different types of meditation. So that's why I really want you to understand that in this series and in this video, I'm going to be specifically talking about the practice of mindfulness meditation. I'm not talking about other types of meditation. And I want to put a section in here specifically on how mindfulness meditation helps you on your personal development and self-growth journey. If the information wasn't already clear to you beforehand, let me just talk specifically about that for a moment. For me, when we're talking about personal development, this means perhaps setting goals, and not just setting goals, but achieving those goals. Many people set goals and they want transformation in their life and they want change, but they don't actually achieve their goals. Some people don't even know that they should set goals or how to make movement. They want to make movement or they want to make a change or a shift in their life, but they don't know how. Mindfulness meditation as an intentional training technique is going to help you stay focused and aware in the moment, and that means making better decisions. When you're talking about achieving your goals, you're going to get to a point where you're going to have the opportunity to do something that you said you weren't going to do, or to not do something that you said you were going to do. You're going to have times where you don't feel like you want to do something, where you don't have the patience, you don't have the motivation. And in those moments, you're going to need the attentional balance and the skills to make the appropriate decision to go in the direction of harmony and success and achievement, and not make a decision that perhaps would lead you away from harmony or away from success or away from what it is that you truly said you wanted.
Did you know that for only $5 a month, you can get access to exclusive guided meditations, yoga nidras, workbooks, and even live self-care practices? If you're enjoying the content that I put out here on YouTube, then please consider supporting me via Patreon. For the price of a cup of coffee, you can support this channel as well as supporting your own well-being. My goal is to get 50 people subscribed to my Patreon before the end of the year. That way I can personally assist you in creating more transformation in your life and improving your well-being. Your support is immensely appreciated, and it helps me to continue making resources just like this one right here. I'll put the link to my Patreon in the description box below. Go ahead and check it out, and now back to your tutorial.
When it comes to self-care, mindfulness meditation, once again, is very calming and soothing. It activates the parasympathetic nervous system, so it helps to balance out the stress from your job and your responsibilities and your relationships and all of the distractions, and eventually the chitter chatter, all of the mental phenomena and engagement of the mind, the narratives that the mind weaves. It helps to take a break, really relax from all of that. It really is, in a way, a true vacation that you can take any time, because once you get good at this skill, you will be able to let all of that settle and let all of that rest. Perhaps use meditation before sleep, help you go into the night and into the evening tension free from your body, tension free from your mind. So when it comes to taking care of yourself and helping you to shift and transform your life and achieve your goals, mindfulness meditation is very beneficial and it is a useful skill for you. So let's talk about next steps and what to do from here. If you are genuinely interested in mindfulness meditation, of course, continue watching this series. This is a new series that I'm beginning at the top of 2025 to make some shift and some change here on my channel, Higher Alignment, to really go in the direction of teaching you how and why to use these different techniques. If you are interested in going further, please consider supporting my Patreon channel with even just a small donation of $5 a month. You get access to my mindfulness meditation series there, which includes in-depth private tutorials. It is a series similar to this one. In this series, I strategically teach you step by step to advance further in the practice of mindfulness meditation. And you get access to that immediately just with a small donation of $5 a month. There are also other classes, other practices, Patreon exclusive guided meditations. There are yoga nidras and journaling activities. There's so much on my Patreon. You get access to live self-care sessions that I host via Zoom 2 to 4 times a month. It's no cameras, come as you are, and it's time where I create a personalized self-care practice that you will engage in, and I guide you through it for about an hour and a half. We do different techniques: mindfulness meditation, breath work, yoga nidra, yin yoga, journaling, goal setting. So you'll love it. It's a really good program. But you also have the free 2-hour meditation class. I'm going to include the links to both of those in the description box below. And if you want to try out a mindfulness meditation practice, I have one here on my channel, and it's called Mindfulness of Breathing. I'm going to go ahead and bring it up and tag it here. You're going to find everything in the description box under the resources section, so go ahead and check that out. If you want to dive deeper, make sure that you hit the subscribe button and the bell icon and pay attention to this series that I'm doing on mindfulness meditation, mindful healing. In the meantime, in between time though, here are 2 more videos that YouTube thinks that you would enjoy.